Yes. Uh-huh. No notice of some action or proffered evidence is unprepared to answer and refute it. Now, I know that it's very unfair. In fact, there's probably quite a few lawsuits in this Black's Law Dictionary. Yeah. And, I could be unfair. Yes. I could spend the next year not reprogramming. Now, I'd still do a little business every day because I have my schedule planned that I'm going to do two appointments in the morning and two appointments in the afternoon, and I'm going to sign some contracts. And you're going to buy what I have to sell. Ooh. And instead of having this big office with all these volunteers that want to come to work, I could sit there every fucking day right now and I could hammer lawsuits for the next year. Now, I can always make a change to my schedule. I'm going to live with my sons. And I'm going to ask Marilyn if she'd like to live with me. Yes. I'm going to start a business called Velda's Private Investigation Company. Yes. And I'm going to ask Marilyn to manage it. Poop. I'm going to ask her to employ women, yes, that don't like being exploited because of how big their breasts are. Yes. And then I could sit there every day and go through every fucking page of this, and then I can keep suing you for the next year. Now, some of these lawsuits will take decades to get through. So, if you thought that you were going to do some sort of surprise on me, yes, like steal a piece of my paper or obstruct my rights or, have another surprise arrest. Yeah. I wanted every police officer. I can always change my schedule. Well, that's what happens when you're not in custody. Oh, you have the freedom, yes, to make a decision about what you think is most important. Now, for every police officer, yes, sheriffs, law enforcement, that is tired of me talking about this, as soon as you prosecute those that have committed these crimes, yes, I'm probably going to stop talking about it. Oh, as soon as you give me my sons, yes, I'm going to stop talking about it. As soon as I find out what Marilyn wants to do, yes, I'm going to stop talking about it. But until such time as you decide to enforce the laws, I will constantly, yes, as in a daily experience, reevaluate my priorities as an American citizen. So I can be the biggest fucking dick of your life right now. Are you tired of me talking about it? Now, I want my sons. And though it is unfair surprise to you, yes, I don't think I'm anywhere near the available number of lawsuits that I, as an American citizen, have the right to sue you for. Poop. Now, you could start considering, yes, exactly how many of these lawsuits you want. Now, I'm speaking to those that are sworn oaths. Yes. Mandatory reporters. Yes. I'm speaking to those that are in the family. Yes. See, there's what's known as the 30-day letter, which Internal Revenue Service. It's an audit or the rejection of a taxpayer's claim for refund. Now, it's the month of April. It's the third day of April. Isn't it right? A lot of people got paid Social Security today. Let's say I went through the Internal Revenue Service. Yes, give me every employee. Pow! And then get me all the 30-day letters that our company's a revenue agent's report issued as a result of the Internal Revenue Service audit. Yes. Now, for all of you, yes, that said, well, we can have unfair surprises. How would you like the unfair surprise of the United States Internal Revenue Service? Because you know what? I'd throw every fucking agent right now. Now, tax evasion. Pooh. Why don't you get me the tax refunds of every person in law enforcement? Yes. Every individual as a guard of any prison. Yeah. All of those that are legally liable for the enforcement of child abuse, exploitation, and abduction laws. Yes. I'd like to know of every American citizen that has already filed taxes, yes, and then those in the next 12 days that are obligated to file their tax returns. In fact, well, I can give you some unfair fucking surprises right now. Because I'll tell you what, and not only will I audit you for the last 6 years of tax returns, okay, I will actually look at the adjustments to your refunds. Now, what happens if your refund's larger than it should actually be? Why don't we do a comparison? Poof! I'd like to have the tax returns of every oath, badge, and attorney, all mandatory reporters, and every civil rights coordinator, as well as every employee of every school district.